Okay, so while just trying to enjoy my breakfast this morning, just eating my steak and eggs, getting the day started, tell me why I go on Twitter, not thinking the UFC could announce any more bad matchups. I didn't think they could make me more mad. All right, and I'm not trying to complain, but when we have no card this weekend, followed by Blanchfield versus Barber the following, followed by Merab versus Sean O'Malley 2, the rematch that nobody wants to fucking see. All right, tell me why I go on Twitter and the first thing I see is Mavzar tweeting out himself, basically confirming and supported by other sources that he will not be next for the UFC Featherweight Championship of the World. He won't be next. He won't be getting the next title shot. He's going to be fighting someone else, which means Volk will also be fighting someone else, which means it will most likely be Volk versus Yair 2 in Guadalajara or wherever they're going, okay? Why? What? Where? When? Why is the UFC matchmaking so bad right now? What is going on? We have this. We have Sean O'Malley versus Merab 2, the rematch that makes no sense, the rematch that nobody wants, doesn't deserve to happen, we don't want it to happen, but it's happening, okay? And the card fucking sucks. We also have Pantoja versus Kai Kara France, another title shot. That makes no fucking sense, okay? Kai Kara France, 1-2 in his last 3, compared to other flyweight people who actually deserve the title shot. Manel Kape, dirty ass fighter, cheats every fight, but man, he deserves a title shot over Kai Kara France. Should have just had them fight for a number 1 contendership. I mean, that was obvious, but instead, we had Kai Kara France sit out for a year and get a title shot. That's usually how it works now. People usually will just sit out for a year and just wait, and it usually works. I don't know why that's a new trend for title shots, but what I'm trying to say here, all right, with all this yapping is title shots and matchmaking are at an all-time low in the UFC right now. And it's a bad thing. It matters. Matchmaking matters, man. Nobody wants to fucking see Volk versus Yair 2. Would it be cool to see Volk just beat him the same way he did and get another title defense at his old-ass age? It would be sick. It'd be wholesome. And I don't really like Yair anymore. He's kind of salty and delusional, okay? But we also have the little chance that Yair head kick KOs him brutally and gets the belt. That would be my worst fucking nightmare, okay? And I don't even want to have the 1% chance of it happening, okay? I don't even want to have that in the air because the MMA gods will make it happen. They will will it, all right? Back to Mavzar, okay? Because that's the main point. Why is he not getting the title shot? And if you want to call him boring, oh, brother, I'm about to checkmate you right now. Yeah, Merab's really boring, right? He doesn't finish anyone either. Mavzar gets called boring because he doesn't finish anyone. Oh, but we love Merab now, right? We love him. He's so entertaining. I point at him and I make it seem way less competitive than it actually is. It was 3 rounds to 2. He lost by 1 point. Umar talking about. I'm not salty. I'm not a Dagestani dick rider. I just like Islam. I don't even like Khabib, man. I swear. But man, it's really just bullshit. Like the fans just pick and choose because all of a sudden we love Merab and he is just awesome. Okay, and fuck Mavzar. He can't get a finish. He doesn't deserve a title shot, man. He's fucking boring. Fuck that guy. He doesn't deserve it anyway. No, this guy is really good. Okay, he's had some controversial decisions so far. Like the Aljo fight was close. I thought he won it. The Arnold Allen fight was close. I did probably think he lost it on damage, but it doesn't even matter because the UFC is not interested in trying to see the best fight the best anymore. They just want to see, I don't even know. I guess they just want the biggest names possible in title fights because they give Izzy the undeserved fight against Dricus. They give Sean Strickland the undeserved title shot rematch against Dricus. They give Kai Kara France a title shot because I guess he's friends with Izzy and that's good promotion for Izzy. I don't know. Okay, we obviously give Sean the rematch because he's one of the biggest stars in the bantamweight division, let alone in the UFC completely. Okay, and yeah, Yair's a star or whatever. Not really, he got the weird interim belt, which definitely got him some attention, but fuck this, man. I don't want to see that matchup, okay? This matchup fucking sucks. Please, it's not official yet. Please don't let this happen. But I'm just saying it's official basically because they're going to Guadalajara, okay? Who else is going to get the title shot there? Who? You know, maybe Volk won't be fighting there. Maybe he won't be, but who else is gonna fucking fight there if he does? Okay? Who? Gene Silva? He hasn't earned it yet. Is it gonna be Lerone Murphy? Like, who else? It's gonna be Yair, man. I just know it. Got his first win in like 3 years against a Bellator guy, man. This shit just sucks. And talking more on Movsar and him being boring, alright? I just put my fingers up and did the little quotations thing, alright? Boring. I don't want to be that guy, alright? I love finishes just as much as the next guy, but if you think Movsar is boring, you may just not like MMA, okay? You may just like knockouts and boxing, okay? So, yeah, go. I don't want to be the MMA kid that says go watch boxing, kid, but go watch boxing, kid, alright? Fuck that. Dude, Movsar versus Aljamain Sterling, that was one of the best, like, grappling exchange fights I've ever seen. That was some of the most entertaining grappling and scrambles I've ever seen in my life, okay? And Movsar did win that fight. He did the most damage. He was landing the most ground and pound shots. He was the one winning the boxing exchanges. He was the only one rocking the other person in the whole fight. And he usually was on top after all the scrambling, okay? So I don't want to hear it. He won that fight, you know. And before that, he puts on a crazy badass war against Arnold Allen where he boxes him up, out damages him, beats him, okay? Close fight, you know. I do think Arnold Allen, because I said it earlier in this video already, I can't go back on that. I do think Arnold Allen could have got the decision, especially if it wasn't for that bullshit illegal, I did the fingers thing again, illegal knee, okay? It wasn't an illegal knee. It was timed perfectly, okay? So that knee definitely changed the output or decision of that fight, you know, the outcome. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, but it doesn't matter, okay? This dude is entertaining. He's undefeated. Beat Diego Lopez, Arnold Allen, and Aljamain Sterling back to back to back to back. He's a bit inactive for my liking. You know, he probably will be a terrible champion. No name value. Probably won't be that active. Probably won't get any finishes. But you have to give him the shot, man. It's the same thing with Bilal. Like, a lot of people were just in the mindset of, let's just give the kid the shot. Get it out of the way. It's got to happen. And that should be your mindset with this one as well. We don't want to see Movsar beat Volk. But he could. Okay, he could be the first guy to beat Volk by decision at his weight class. Obviously, Islam beat him at 155 by decision, but nobody has beat Volk by decision at 145. It's never fucking happened. Okay, and if Movsar is the first to do that, that's legacy. That's badass. I don't know about badass, but you know, I genuinely think there's a good chance Movsar could beat Volk. I want to see the matchup. It's the matchup to make. It's also the least dangerous matchup finish-wise for Volk. You know, I'm not trying to cherry pick and get my boy the best matchup possible, you know, but Movsar, he got no, like, knockout power, you know, he's all thud. He doesn't really have finish potential, okay? He does have very good cardio and good grappling. I could see a ground and pound finish if there is a finish in that fight, or maybe even a submission, but, you know, I don't think so, okay? I think it'd be a close, badass, fun war, like a battle of attrition. Who can out-cardio the other guy, who can out-output the other guy slightly and win rounds. You know, I genuinely think Movsar could win, and I'm interested in the matchup, and I want to see it. So if you think he's boring, and if you think he doesn't deserve it, I mean, you can think that. It's fine, bro. And talking more about just matchups in general now, okay, I've talked a lot about title shot matchups in this video so far, which, yeah, they suck. They're undeserving. They make no sense. They're uninteresting most of the time. Like, Diego Lopez and Volk was a great one. Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev was a great one. These were deserving matchups. They were fun, hype matchups with cool outcomes, okay? We have the few good title shots, obviously, still. But, like, not even just looking at title shots. Screw that. Let's talk about just matchups right now in the UFC. Do you see the card? Look at UFC 316. Look at this shit. I was gonna go to this shit, bro. I'm pretty close by. I was gonna go to one of my... I've gone to like a fight night, but I was gonna go to my first pay-per-view, man. I was gonna go to my first pay-per-view card. But look at this shit. There's 4 fights. Mario Batista taking on Patchy Mix on short notice. That's actually a cool matchup. I'm excited to see Patchy Mix fight in the UFC. But... like, the Cheeto fight wasn't much better, but, you know, it's just a shit fight. Like, we have a shit women's main or co-main. I mean, it's a decent fight for a women's fight, but it's a fucking women's fight. Don't try to go in the comments and say, man, it's literally the real main event. I saw Bedtime say that shit. Dude, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about WMMA. I don't care. Unless it's Zhang Wei Li or Amanda Nunes. Like, I don't care about this division. This division sucks, okay? Well, I just said I care about Amanda Nunes, but other than Amanda Nunes, this division fucking sucks. I don't care if Kayla Harrison, the roid cheat, gets the belt. I don't care. She's a complete roid cheat, a man at this point. I don't give a fuck, all right? Then we have Joe Pyfer versus Kevin Gastelum, all right? You couldn't pay me to go sit down and watch this shit. I mean, it'll be a good fight. Like, the fights aren't even bad on this card, but there's only 4 of them. And the prelims, what are the prelims? Prelims aren't as bad, to be fair. You know, we have pretty decent names. Johnny Walker is going to get KO'd for us again. That should be fun. Bruno Silva's back. The flyweight one, not the one who just got cut for middleweight. Rip to my brother. Yeah, get well soon. That was a bad KO. But what else? Kevin Holland, you know, he'll get beat again for us. Refuses to go on a win streak. I mean, not refuses. He's just incapable of it at this point in his career. But, you know, and like, you go look at the card, like Barber versus Blanchfield, man. These fucking fights suck, bro. Like, the matchmaking just sucks. They cut all these, like, fun male fighters on, like, 2-fight losing streaks, and then they keep around all these shit women to just fill the cards because they can pay them less. You know, like, MMA wage gaps. Dude, like, I'm just sick of it, man. The matchups suck. The UFC is dying, low-key. It's in a dry-ass period right now. I'm sure it will get better towards the end of the year. You know, we obviously have 317 coming up. It's a pretty good card, you know. Could be better for International Fight Week, but it's a pretty good card. I'm sure we'll get Jones versus Aspinall, right? Yeah, for sure. If we don't, we literally have nothing to look forward to at the end of this year. Like, obviously, JDM versus Islam, I'm lying. We have that to look forward to, but that's it. You know, that's it. That's fucking it, all right? Aspinall is going to have to be inactive until 2027 because Jones doesn't want to retire the belt, and Dana's just going to let him, all right? Just bullshit. You can hear the birds. I'm going to end the video. The birds are chirping. It's time to go to bed, probably. You know, it's just fucking, it's sickening. My sport's dying. Our sport. We are distraught. We are in the fucking bin, mate, all right? We're fucked. Our sport's dying. And there's nothing we can do about it because they don't care what we have to say. All right? Just wanted to talk about the matchmaking and the matchups and the title shot situation because it's a problem, man. It's a problem, all right? That's the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.